Here is Mallory. Mallory is in Manhattan. Great to have you on the EIB network. Hi.
Hi, Rush. Thanks for having me on. Long-time listener and a Rush baby, so this is exciting.
Well, thank you very much.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about my experiences being a born and raised New Yorker and not necessarily having the same political beliefs as a lot of my peers. I'm 29 years old. I work in the music industry. I grew up in New York. And, you know, during the Bush era, things were tough, but They have gotten much, much more difficult and antagonistic towards me. Today, actually, one of my best friends called me or compared me to someone who listened to Joseph Goebbels. So it was a tough day because this was someone who I'd sort of seen as being more conservative, a little bit more like-minded, and it just seems like from a New Yorker's perspective, there's no hope for people under the age of like 35. And I don't know, you know, what do you think about that?
Well, is this conservative? Is this conservative liberal, or they know you're a Trump supporter and they're not?
You know, it used to be conservative liberal, and then when I started supporting Trump, it got even more extreme. I mean, you know, the few times that I do talk politics with people in my office, I usually have to be very sort of like make fun of myself, laugh it off.
I've had my forays into the entertainment business. Some would say I'm in it, and I'm ostracized from that element of it too. Those people beyond me, they're not rooted in the same world that you're living in, and they believe that they are the epitome of tolerance and understanding when they have none.
I mean, that's from firsthand perspective exactly what I've seen. The number of times people have giggled and cried at Joe and Barack being best friends and talked about how much they love Michelle. That was actually what this conversation, you know, me being called or reference to Joseph Goebbels about was basically me saying that to my friend, you're buying into a narrative about Barack and Joe being best friends over that Medal of Freedom, which was such a joke. And that just rubbed me in a way that it had never rubbed me before. I've thought about calling you before, but it pushed me over the edge, you know?
Yeah, it's like students in school. What do? Do you pipe up and risk the grade? In your case, do you pipe up and risk friendships and maybe getting jobs, or do you shut up and eat it and try to live amongst them being a little bit phony? And it's a very tough thing. The problem is they're not who they say they are. They're not open-minded. They're not tolerant. They're not understanding. And they don't even live in the same reality you do. Look, I'm out of time here, Mallory. I appreciate your call. Mr. Snerdley will inquire as to whether or not you'd like a new iPhone 7 or 7 Plus and what kind, the carrier, color, and all that, and the AirPods. We have to take a brief final break here, folks. We'll be back and wrap it up in a minute.